Good morning, Qualitative Research. It's 6 a.m. I just woke up. You like the bedhead? It's pretty cool. So here's my 3 to 4 minute introduction to my article in contrast to my slightly overblown 20-minute presentation. So the article I reviewed was called Using the Reformed Teaching Observation Protocol, also known as RTOP, as a Catalyst for Self-Reflective Change in Secondary Science Teaching. I did get the article from Eric. I did have a lot of trouble finding a qualitative article in science education, but anyway, that's another story. So, RTOP, this is a brief introduction, is an observational tool to measure teacher change on a continuum from very teacher-centered to very student-centered. And so an evaluator would go into the classroom, they would check off they saw certain characteristics and take notes, and they could be videotaped. Then they add up the points, and it says, oh, this is a very teacher-centered room, or this classroom is very, what they're calling reformed. And reformed is sort of synonymous here with student-centered. What has been cropping up in the literature a little bit is that when teachers get a hold of these protocols, they go, supposed to do this, supposed to do that they start to internalize the evaluation criteria or the observational criteria, and then they start to change their teaching. So in other words, the tool is changing the practice in the classroom. Observing this, the authors said, "Well, why don't we capitalize on that? Let's go for it." So they had a 3-week teacher institute. They went ahead and handed the teachers the evaluation tool right up front. Said, "This is what we're going to be, using as a tool to measure change." They discussed it. They looked at all the different characteristics of a reformed teacher, and then throughout the 3-week period, there were videotapes, audio recordings, all that was transcribed. The authors did observations in a very qualitative sense, and of course they used RTOP scores of the teachers throughout this process as well. So using all that information, they're trying to answer the question, will the tool itself catalyze change in teacher practice? And they indeed found that those teachers had a significant shift in their RTOP, more so than just teachers who a specific treatment is applied to. So in other words, the hypothesis of the authors that this instrument could be a tool for change was supported by their article. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. I guess with another 30 seconds I can tell you that why this was particularly fascinating to me is that one of the authors is from Northern Arizona University, where I did my undergraduate in science education, and we RTOP'd ourselves left and right, up and down, all the time in my science methods classes and some other courses that I took through our student teaching. So RTOP had impacted the science education program and was informed by that research right there, and I had not known that before. So that's the brief version. Have a good evening, and I'm going to go drink some more coffee.